Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe. Before we continue, this report is based on documented public records, federal transcripts, and verified court hearing documents. Our mission is to analyze the investigative timeline of the case for educational and news purposes only. We do not incite harassment. We follow the paper trail. Under the law, all individuals are presumed innocent until proven guilty. A quiet Nebraska community continues to grapple with the aftermath of a brutal quadruple homicide that shook Laurel to its core. A tragedy that has now reached a decisive moment in court. On Friday, justice was delivered. A three-judge panel in Cedar County District Court sentenced 46-year-old Jason Jones to death for the killings of four victims: Dana Twiford, 86, Janet Twiford, 85, Dana Twiford, 55, and Michele Ebeling, 53. The ruling comes nearly 4 years after the August 4, 2022 massacre, a crime that unfolded in less than 10 minutes but left permanent scars on two families and an entire community. Investigators revealed chilling details of the early morning attack. At approximately 3:02 am, Jones broke into the Twiford family home on Elm Street, armed with a handgun. He moved through the house with deadly precision. Dana Twiford was shot in his bed. Janet Twiford was gunned down as she tried to rise. Their daughter Dana was shot multiple times in the hallway. Within moments, 3 lives were gone. Jones then set the home ablaze, attempting to destroy evidence, but the violence didn't end there. After returning briefly to his own house, he armed himself again and crossed the street to a neighbor's home. There, Michele Ebeling answered her door. Unaware she was facing danger, she was shot and killed before Jones once again ignited a fire, leaving behind another burning home. Authorities later uncovered crucial evidence, including receipts for gasoline and supplies found inside Ebeling's home, all linked directly to Jones. He was arrested roughly 26 hours after the killings, while his wife, Carrie Jones, was found to have helped conceal evidence. She had already been.
Michele Ebeling. Okay, are we ready? So today is a day filled with heavy emotions for my family and for everyone who loved my mother, Michele Ebeling. While this sentencing marks an important step in the justice process,
attempting to destroy evidence, but the violence didn't end there. After returning briefly to his own house, he armed himself again and crossed the street to a neighbor's home. There, Michele Ebeling answered her door. Unaware she was facing danger, she was shot and killed before Jones once again ignited a fire, leaving behind another burning home. Authorities later uncovered crucial evidence, including receipts for gasoline and supplies found inside Ebeling's home, all linked directly to Jones. He was arrested roughly 26 hours after the killings, while his wife, Carrie Jones, was found to have helped conceal evidence. She had already been sentenced months earlier to life in prison without parole for her role in encouraging the violence. The panel of judges described the murders as terrible, despicable, and unforgiving. Jurors found multiple aggravating factors, including the killing of multiple victims, attempts to conceal crimes through arson, efforts to eliminate witnesses. These findings made Jones eligible for the death penalty, which was unanimously imposed. In addition, he received over 160 years in prison for related charges. Jones showed no visible reaction as the sentence was read and declined to speak. Testimony revealed a disturbing backstory. Prosecutors argued that Jones acted after pressure from his wife, who was upset over alleged inappropriate behavior by one of the victims. However, judges ruled that Jones acted independently, emphasizing that he planned the attack, purchased materials in advance, he exited the crimes alone for the victims' families. The sentence brings legal closure, but not healing. It does not bring back the lives that were taken, said Michele Ebeling's daughter. Loved ones described the victims as kind, deeply loved, and irreplaceable, emphasizing that their legacy lives on beyond the tragedy. Jones will automatically appeal his sentence to the Nebraska Supreme Court. Meanwhile, questions remain about the future of the death penalty in Nebraska, where executions are rare despite ongoing death sentences.
It does not bring back the people we love, and it does not take away the grief we will carry for the rest of our lives. Our loved ones, Jean, Jan, and Dana Twiford, were so much more than victims. They were deeply loved, kind, in the heart of our family. Their absence is felt every single day. They mattered, and they still matter. They were loved, and they are still loved. Today, we simply want to honor them. We want the community to remember who they were, what they meant to us, and how deeply they are loved. Their lives were filled with love, laughter, and family, and that is how we'll always remember them. This ripple effects of a loss like this extends far beyond our immediate family. While we carry the deepest grief, we know many others have been impacted as well. It is our hope that moving forward, all victims and their families are given the opportunity to share their voices and honor their loved ones in meaningful ways. Being able to speak in court, to be heard in court, and to share who our loved ones truly were is an important part of healing and of justice. Our family will continue to advocate for victims and for their voices to be heard. We are incredibly grateful to everyone who has supported us throughout this long and painful journey. We deeply appreciate the dedication of the legal team and our law enforcement. They are truly superheroes to our family. This may be the end of the legal process, but is not the end of our mother, father, and sister story. They were also a beloved grandmother, grandfather, and aunt, and their love lives on through our family. As our mom always said, all our love always. That's how their story will continue, with love and family. Pray for family.
To arrive at a very difficult decision in a very difficult set of circumstances. And we respect the decision that they made after committing themselves to going through the process. Today's not really about anything more than the families and obtaining the justice that we believed all along that they thought that they deserved. These were not your ordinary crimes. Counsel made indications in court for the defense. He did not believe that the death penalty serves a viable purpose. On behalf of myself, being a prosecutor for 28 years, I do believe that the death penalty does serve a purpose. The will of Nebraskans overwhelmingly was to restore and reinstate the death penalty. And I think that the citizens of this state recognize that not every murder is deserving of the death penalty. It is reserved for the most atrocious and senseless murders. I think Mr. Jones now joins, 11 or 12 other inmates currently on Nebraska's death row. And in my opinion, having looked at all of those cases in preparation for this case, as well as my career in the Attorney General's office, all of those individuals earned their way there through their heinous acts. And so while there's no cause for celebration that he received this penalty, it is at least somewhat satisfying that the justice system saw the case as we believed it always was, that if we are to have a death penalty, that this case was certainly deserving of that ultimate sanction and punishment. I'd take any questions if you have.
Corey, even after you left the AG's office, you stayed this case. Any comments on that? And also,
Michele Ebeling. Okay, are we ready? So today is a day filled with heavy emotions for my family and for everyone who loved my mother, Michele Ebeling. While this sentencing marks an important step in the justice process, it does not bring back the lives that were taken or erase the pain we continue to carry. My mother was more than a victim of a horrific crime. She was a deeply loved person with a kind heart, a strong spirit, and a life that mattered. She was a mother, a friend, and someone who touched the lives of those around her in meaningful ways. That is how we want her to be remembered. The events of August 4th, 2022 changed our lives forever. The loss we have experienced is profound and ongoing. There are no words that can fully capture the grief, anger, and emptiness left behind. While we acknowledge the court's decision today, justice in a legal sense does not equal healing. Healing is a long and difficult process, and it is one we continue to navigate every day. While the sentencing holds the person responsible accountable under the law, it does not undo the harm that was done or restore what we have lost. Justice in this sense is limited. We ask for privacy as we move forward, and we thank those who have supported us through this unimaginable time. We will continue to honor my mother's life by remembering who she truly was, not how she died, but how she lived and the lives that she, but how she lived and the love she gave. Sorry, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.